Thanks, everybody. Call this meeting to order at 3:04 p.m. We'll begin with roll call. Senator Levitsky. Here. Senator Benjamin. Here. Senator Bloom. Here. Senator Chase. Senator DeRoche. Senator Fowlerville. Here. Senator Falkoff. Here. Senator Ferrari. Here. Senator Fix. Senator Gornio. Here. Senator Gornio. Here. Senator Hagan. Senator Hill. Present. Senator Holmes. Here. Senator Rashad. Chair Song. Vice Speaker Vining. Here. Chair Uden. Chair Barth. Present. Senator Kazi. Senator Kurt Millis. Here. Senator LaCure. Here. Senator McLaughlin. Here. Senator McLean. Here. Senator Patel. Here. Senator Simmons. Here. Senator Small. Senator Soros. Here. Senator Sullivan. Here. Senator Tackett Marble. Here. Senator Woodside. Senator Zeno. Senator Zhang. Senator Zone. Here. Okay, great. Next is the approval of the agenda. Is there a motion to approve the agenda? Is there a second? Second. All those in favor to approve the agenda say aye. Aye. All those opposed say nay. It passes. Now the approval of the old minutes. Is there a motion to approve the old minutes? Is there a second? Second. All those in favor say aye. Aye. All those opposed say nay. The old minutes are approved. Are there any discretionary account expenses to report? Seeing none, we are moving on to committee actions. We'll begin with campus and community affairs.
Hello everyone. So in campus and affairs, we did another tabling event this morning, which is actually way more successful. Although the survey was a little glitchy online, we were able to get written survey responses and got a lot of those, which is really great because we got various responses that I didn't even think to put on the survey. So good success with that. Just be anticipating more tabling events and more flyers and things like that. And now that we have the survey, we're gonna kind of take that data because it was mainly based on student initiative and things we should be working on within GA, and I'll be presenting that later down the line as well. And that's all I have to report. Thank you.
Thank you, Chair Barth. Budget and Finance.
Thank you. It was a busy week for Budget and Finance Committee. I have a couple things to report. First, there's an adjustment on the HESA Fellows request. It's going to be going from $400 down to $300 because one of the members cannot attend the event, so save $100 there. We voted unanimously to fund the Campus Ministries Thanksgiving Bash. It's a cultural event for $1,000. We also approved President Metrano's twinning project. Now we're going to vote on it here. And we also had a request from the Black Student Center that we are working on adjusting just to adhere to the bylaws and also for the recommendations we put forward after they submitted their request. That is all I have to report.
Thank you, Chair Uden. The SUOC Chair is not here, but he has nothing to report. Moving on to officer reports, President report.
Well, I'm going to talk loud. Good afternoon, guys. So the only thing that happened in my life this week, we had another conference call at the University of Limerick last week. I will talk more about that as we get to new business. Also, I'd like to congratulate Student Trustee Mikowski for being chosen as the student rep on the Chancellor Search Committee. So if you have any questions, I'm sure you will be happy to answer them. That's all I have to report.
Thank you, President Metrano. Vice President report.
Hello, everyone. So I had a meeting with Head of Relations and Interim Director of the Office of Student Leadership and Community Engagement, and we were going to create a student involvement workshop through a program called Grow Peer Facilitator. What they do is they have a student facilitator, and they have different workshops on time management and stress. So I think it would be nice to utilize that group of students to create a leadership workshop, student involvement workshop and student involvement on our campus. And today, Rachel Jimitsky reached out to me from the Office of Student Leadership and Community Engagement. She's a community engagement coordinator. She wants to partner with USG on the National Awareness Week on Hunger and Homelessness. That's from November 12 to 18. I talked to President Toronto about this and speaking with Vijay, and he was a great idea for us to partner with them. So I'll be speaking with her at some point this week soon. So as I have words, I'll give that to you guys.
Thank you, Vice President Tariq. Speaker report. should be getting through by the end of next week. Again, if you have anything that you would like to fix on the website, please let me know, and I'll refer that to our web developer. Again, please send your photos with the link to me. This is not a task. You can complete it at any point. It's totally up to you if you want your photo on the website or not. I thought it was a good idea to have it, but if you don't feel comfortable, that's totally fine. But if you do want it, please send the link to me instead of the image to not lose image quality. That's all I have to report. Thank you.
Hi guys, so I know that Lucas recently sent out an email about Turkey Booza that is coming up. UAccess is doing it. It's a food drive that's coming up, and they are actually doing like little contests for the different clubs on campus. And I was thinking that we could be one of those organizations that are represented in that. So I'm going to be sending out an email with a little invite because they want a head count of everyone that's going to be interested in participating. So I can't include all of USG, but if all of USG wants to be involved, just let me know. And then when I send that out, just go to the UAccess office and then donate your camp food. And then we could possibly win a little mini trip to Boston Bowl, which I think would be really fun. So definitely, I will be sending that out. So if you guys could reply, that'd be great.
Thanks, Vice Speaker. My name is Student Trustee Report.
Hope everybody's doing well. So as Katie mentioned, I do have the opportunity of being on the search committee with my chancellor for Boston on this campus. It's a 14-member search committee, including myself. There are 3 trustees, a chancellor from another university. There's an outside consultant being brought in from the University of Maryland, another urban campus, leader of another urban campus to really kind of find context for Boston and what we do here. So the first meeting of that committee is November 10th. Interim Chancellor Mills has put a target date of June 30th and has said that these searches typically take 6 months. However, again, that's typically, nobody really knows how long it's going to go. But I'll report back to you guys once I have a first meeting there and we start going forward. Also, February 10th, myself and the other student trustees from the UMass campus, we put together a meeting for student government leadership. We ended up settling on this campus to have that happen. So what this is going to be is kind of the steering committees of each campus are going to come. We're going to kind of talk about priorities that we have, struggles and difficulties that we have kind of in our positions that we share. Maybe they're different. And the end goal of that is to, in April or May, bring together the entire kind of all of student government throughout the campuses, which is a logistical process, but we thought we'd start small and really make sure to find everybody and hopefully get there. Katie, myself, and Shelby are all going to a Board of Higher Education Student Advisory Council meeting on Friday. We're going to go and talk about strategies for advocating for public higher education and things along those lines. I'm not totally sure, but I'm sure I'll be sure in 2 weeks when I'm back here. And the next board cycle is beginning November 15th and going on December 7th or 8th. Board meetings enroll. You know, all an open invitation from me to attend board meetings. Very much encouraged. If you'd like to, please don't hesitate to reach out, and I'll give you times, dates, and locations. Thank you.
Thank you, Student Trustee Milkowski. Chief Justice Report. And Chief Justice Hall. Senate reports. Does anybody have anything to report? Seeing none, we're now moving into old business, seeing that there is no old business, and moving into new business. And our first line item is the budget and finance request of $1,000 for the interfaith ministry Thanksgiving cultural passion.
Hi guys, so I'll just be giving you some information on this request. So the campus ministry, they are located in the Ryan Lounge of campus. It's an interfaith center with many religious groups on campus, which they can go over there, practice their religious faith, also just go there for counseling or anything that they would like. So this is led by the Reverend on campus, and they hold a cultural bash where they invite people representing all cultures out to a Thanksgiving potluck dinner type style. The $1,000 is for their event to bring in food for the event. There's 60 plus people already registered. It's open to everyone who wants to go. It's been a tradition for them. It's happening for the last couple of years. We funded the request last year as well. They came back to us asking for the 1,000, which I do want to say is less than what they requested last year because we questioned them last year on how they were promoting the event, how many people were attending, if they utilized all of the funds that they requested in the past. They took a lot of that into consideration, so they've been advertising via some of the TVs in the cafeteria, handing out flyers, marketing the event more. They already have the 60 people pledged to go, and $1,000 was less because they discovered also all the food that they were ordering. It wasn't being used up, so they requested a little less. So we approved it unanimously at our event, or our committee meeting, and I would look for you guys to approve it as well. It's a great event. It's the whole community together. A lot of different cultures are represented. They also have people, playing music from their culture and representing all of UMass Boston. A very diverse university.
Thanks, Drew. Are there any questions or comments?
I would just like to again agree with Mohammed that last year this was a very good event, and the fact that they took a lot of our suggestions into account this year, it means a lot. So I definitely support this as well, and I think that it's a really good event for all of the campus to attend, and it does have a lot of success each year. And yeah, cool. Thank you.
Are there any other questions or comments? Seeing none, is there a motion to move to a vote? Is there a second? All those in favor to move to a vote say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed say nay. We are now in the voting stage. All those in favor to approve this budget and finance request of $1,000 say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed say nay. It passes. We're now moving on to the next item on the agenda, which is ESA 2017 F001. Title 20 project presented by President John.
All right, well, I'll just start. So as you guys have heard me speak about a couple of times, we have had an agreement to partner with the University of Limerick in Ireland, and this has been ongoing for officially for 2 years, and the conversation started about 3 years ago. So what we are trying to do now is continue into the next phase of this partnership and actually send some of our students to Ireland during spring break to continue with this. So I will let Sarah go through the rest, and I will present, and then you guys ask as many questions as you want to ask, okay?
So I'd like to start from the background information. We signed a memorandum with the University of Limerick in 2014 on St. Patrick's Day, and that was to formally launch collaborative programs and between the universities and learn from the opportunities that they have and ideas that can be here. I'll just read over the mission statement real quick. Because the purpose of the memorandum, MOU, is to promote relationship building between the two universities through the development of academic and institutional opportunities. The partnership will facilitate the development of joint scholarly and research projects, and active engagement and interaction between the students, faculty, and staff in Boston and in Limerick. Some of the projects for this year are listed on the project abstract, the first page of the packet. There are, I think, 6 of them for this year, so they're listed. Feel free to look at those. The conversation between the University of Limerick and UMass Boston began in 2015 to 16 that year. And then the next year, the year after, in 2016 and 17, we formally had an agreement to work with them together. Some of the project members from UMass Boston is Dr. Harris. Katie and myself, and then we have the campus center and event services, Jeff Cole, he's the executive director, building and events manager, Mike Davis, and Phaedra Hines. And then this is some of the project members from Limerick, their general manager, democracy development manager, leadership coordinator, president, welfare officers, and academic officer. Timeline and goals.
All right, so like Sarah said, and like I said before, so the agreement, the MOU, so it stands for Memorandum of Understanding, was signed on St. Patrick's Day. So we decided as a student government to create our own, we'll call it an own understanding, an own agreement. So let's not make this strictly academic, let's make this a student life experience as well. So that's where we're coming from, we're not coming from an academic standpoint. So, professional development. If you look on the project abstract sheet, it will be, all of this information is in depth on that second page. So, the professional development, is to improve each other, work with our students, and explore ideas with a university that is declared our sister institution. To keep that in check, that is like us working with UMass Amherst, UMass Global, or another sister institution. Idea sharing. Believe it or not, they have the same issues on their campus than we do on ours. So it's a good idea to see the cultural differences, but how we can share ideas and say, hey, this might work for your campus, it didn't work for us, or hey, this worked for us, it might work for you, and kind of ideas how we have to reach out to our students. Current affairs and higher education. Again, it's the same thing. They are doing the same stuff we are. The students over there are getting their bachelor's degrees, their PhD degrees, their master's degrees, all of those things. So it's kind of how can we work together to better our students essentially. Intercultural proficiency. We are the most diverse campus in the UMass system, arguably in New England, arguably in the country. So why wouldn't we take this opportunity to work with a different culture, a different country, and try to expand our knowledge to help our students since we are such a diverse campus. Programs and services is to develop and initiate new programs. We really are trying to work on health and well-being. Shara Barth has showed her excitement to work for that, and we're hoping to work with the CTA committee and try to do a health and wellness week that matches up with the University of Limerick and work with them doing a simultaneous event with them. And we also are doing video calls. We've done 2, and they are coming in November, so a face-to-face visit on their end, and what we're asking is a face-to-face visit, seeing them.
So some of the learning outcomes is to collaborate with our sister institution and obviously learn from them. Enhance our leadership skills, understand higher ed, and learn their structure of student government, which is very different than ours. So the ideas that we can take from them and bring into our student government, and recognize and develop understanding of the diverse community and that they have obviously, like you said, we are a very diverse campus, so the ideas that we can have from them would be awesome as well. Future opportunity project. So we're hoping for a 2-year commitment. That's not for the budget, just for a 2-year commitment to work with them. After the post-analysis, the USG leadership will determine to make it a line item for the next year's fiscal budget if it's said that it's successful. And the project members will be determined through application process, so it's not just like me and Katie going 2 years in a row. Everybody in student government is welcome to apply for next year, and Island. It's been discussed, not everyone can go up, but there's going to be an application process for that.
All right, so this you don't have a printout, but a concern in DNF was that there wasn't really an itinerary set, so we worked to get an itinerary. What we have here, so as you can see, when Ireland comes here, they're coming here next month, so their itinerary is really set in stone. That's what our last video conference was about. Ours isn't so much set in stone because we have 6 months to really work on it, so just keep that in mind. It's not that we are going willy-nilly, just we are focusing on their visit here, and then we'll focus on ours. So they arrive here on Tuesday, November 14th, and they're going to get settled in, kind of be on their own, and all that. They're coming on our campus on Wednesday the 15th. There will be times where they come and meet you guys. So there will be a committee meeting, they'll come to steering, And also afterwards, there is a meet and greet in the game room, so there'll be pizza, and you guys will get to mingle with them, and maybe ask them questions, and feel like that you're part of this process too, because you are. And then on Thursday, they're going to meet with a bunch of other people from UMass, really focusing on that health and wellness. And then we are going to go to a Celtics game, and they wanted to go, so we are going. And then Friday and Saturday, they're going to a conference that happens to be at UMass. They're not coming for the conference, they're just hitting 2 birds with 1 stone. I know that was also a question and concern. The conference is not the sole reason they're coming to visit us, and they just did it at the same time to hit 2 birds with 1 stone. So the projected time that we would go visit them is spring break. So we would leave on Monday. We looked at Monday versus Sunday. Monday was cheaper, so we went to go with Monday. We're going to fly into Shannon. Looked into Dublin. It was cheaper, but the transportation from Dublin to university matched the expense to fly to Shannon. So we just said, let's just go closer, so we don't have another expense. And then Tuesday, we're going to arrive at Limerick, get settled, meet with their student government. So set up like this. We're going to take tours, meet with all of their student unions, meet with their members, and go to tabling events with them. Thursday, do similar things, and then we're going to tour other universities that are to be determined, and see how their student governments work as well. Saturday will be sightseeing day, and then Sunday we will fly home. So now what you have in front of you and what we are asking for is the act. So this act just kind of says very shortly what Sarah and I just presented to you. The breakdown of what everything costs is there. So it's $600 round trip. The only people you would be funding would be Dr. Shelley Harris, myself, and Vice President Treese. So it's $600 round trip. And then the lodging, so it's per night, and then 2 rooms, and that's the breakdown there, that's totaling $3,000. You might think this is a lot of money. There is precedent in the past that we have funded trips like this. It's very crucial. We do have a budget that will allow us to do this, and we do have the resources. And I think this is a great opportunity. Again, this isn't just from the whim. It is 3 years that we've been trying to do this, and we did not go last year because of the budget restraints, and we decided to wait and see if we would be able to do it this year, and we decided that we could. So I will leave it there. Please ask questions if you have any, and I want to clarify anything that you guys need to clarify.
Thank you, President Romano, Vice President Farik. Just a reminder, with Robert's rules, asking questions, you would ask 1 question, and then the person you asked gets a chance to respond. There are no follow-ups until other senators might also have questions, get their questions answered, but if you do have follow-ups, please wait until those questions are asked by other senators. So with that, I'll take your part.
I just had 2 things that I was wondering if you can elaborate on. One of which is why we're having you guys go. Kind of, I know you explained it in series. I would like it for you to explain like why you guys specifically are going, because I know you've been doing this work for a while now, and like you, like as vice president, you were vice president last year, kind of explaining your work with that as well. And also, I was wondering if you can talk to us a little bit about because I know you can explain it myself, but I think it's really interesting if the other seminars got to know a little bit of the system in which the USG works at Limerick, like how they work very differently from us, and one of the points in going is learning from the way they operate as well. So just wondering if you can elaborate a little bit more on their structure and how it's different from ours.
Sure. So sorry, yeah, that'd be a good question. Where are you two going? So like Chair Rockett said, so I was the student body vice president last year, so me and the former student body president with Shelby worked on this. So Sarah and I were just kind of put into this role, just as the roles that we were elected into. And that's why we say that application basis is going to be for next year. I've been working on this for 2 years. Sarah's been working on this for a couple months, and we've just been working on it from the beginning, essentially. So we said, okay, let's go see if it's successful since we put all the time into it. And that's why the application would be for next year. It would not be whoever the president, vice president is for the next year. It would be an application basis, so a justice, a cabinet member, a senator, really anybody from the undergraduate student government could go and apply for this project. The Limerick system, yes, it's very different. So they're 3 officers, and it doesn't match up perfectly, but essentially it would be the person who's in my role, Sarah's role, and I would say the closest would be Speaker Enriquez. They are full-time, not students. They either graduated or take a year sabbatical, so it's their full-time job. And they have a student council, so it's class reps, all brought in, like, literally class reps, like from philosophy 101, come in and represent their class in that way. So it's a little bit different, it's much bigger, but those are the only 3 full-time officers, would be the president, the academic officer, and the welfare officer.
Are there any other questions or comments? No.
Alright, I was just wondering about what, like specific changes you expect, if any, whether that be in the USG, student affairs, like I know you have those, they were kind of broad, do you expect, like, what actions do you expect out of those, like, goals?
So I think if someone asked in BNF, and I forget who it is, they said, oh, we're looking to change our USG set. No, we are keeping the 3 branches, nothing is changing in USG. We just want to learn from them. That is all we want. We have been doing this project, we have already learned so much from them, we want to partner with them. They are our sister institution, so to me, the only difference between them and UMass Amherst is that they're in a different country. And I think we can learn from them. My main objective is to learn how their system works, how they deal with their students, because it's a very similar campus to us. And also, they have a different way of doing things, and it's a cultural thing at the best. I think that if we are a diverse campus, and I mean everybody in this room represents about 12 to 13,000 people, we should learn from another culture, because that's the best way we're going to be able to do our job.
Are there any other?
It's a sister institution, but it's independent, private, right? It's not a public institution like UMass Boston.
I'm not here, Shelby?
It's public, yep.
Public. Okay, well, with that aside, are there specific goals that you could set forward that could directly benefit the students of UMass, perhaps study abroad programs or certain classes that you'll be able to take there?
They already have that in set. We already have the academic piece of this, that's the memorandum, that was signed on St. Patrick's Day. So the academic piece is already there, so you can study abroad there. My roommate, when I was throwing this idea off of her, she was like, oh, I almost went and studied abroad there because it came up on the study abroad, but since we are a sister institution with them, so that academic piece is already in place. Does that answer your question?
Yeah, but so we have a relationship with them already established, students are able to go there, and I understand you want to go there for the government experience, just to see how the government functions. But I'm just having a hard time trying to see how this directly benefits UMass students here.
Yeah, so I think the direct benefit is learning from them. And I can't tell you what I'm going to learn until I'm there. But I think it's important that you look at something who is a sister institution. The 2 institutions agreed to be in a coalition together. They agreed to do this. So I think we have a unique opportunity to not make this academic and make this a student life experience. So I think that's why people are having a difficult thing, because this really hasn't been done in a student life experience yet. This is like an agreement between the 2 student governments. So we're breaking off of this memorandum of understanding, and we're breaking off of it, and we're doing it in a student life perspective. So I think the biggest thing would be to learn. Shelby?
Yeah, I think to add to that, one of the issues that we've been discussing in our conference calls, and we've been discussing over the past few years, is mental health, well-being of our students, and how do we support our students, whether you're stressed for life, work, classes, etc. They've experienced a lot of the same issues on their campus, and they've been doing some really innovative, interesting programming for their fellow students as a result that they get to have a year off again, so they're not balancing classes necessarily. So they get a little bit more time than you volunteers do. But they have some really, really neat programs that are seen to work, and so we're hoping, I think, to learn a bit more about what those look like, what the outcomes are, how they've impacted their students, what their successes are. So in that respect, we're already I think, seeing some benefits and learning from them. So that's been very interesting that, different countries, similar issues, and how they've kind of attacked it and what they're doing, so that we could look at that as well.
Other question?
Previously, when this idea was brought forth, I was a no vote, just considering the budget crisis that we are in and kind of the lack of information on the event. But since then, I have switched to a yes vote because I've seen the preparation both the president and vice president have had in preparing for the trip and reducing some of their numbers and coming up with the cheapest travel plan that they can to attend this. And I was encouraged by the cultural exchange and student government structure and how they run their student affairs program, which intrigued me. A request I would have, and for the sake of transparency, is that if we do approve this when you return, to have a presentation on what you actually did there. Take pictures while you're there, reports, and then not only present it in steering, but in GA as well, just to give a better understanding of what the trip, what the benefit of the trip was to everyone here. Also, it gives some information if we do decide to have it as a line item for the next budget cycle, an idea of what the trip is like for anybody who might potentially want to apply later.
Yeah, of course. I think that is something that needs to happen. If we're asking you to do this, we need to come back with something. And if you guys also have questions after we come back before we go, our office door is always literally and figuratively open to ask questions.
Other questions or comments for this?
I was wondering about the size of the student body and as well, is it a commuter school or is it residential?
It's both. So they do have residents also here that live there. I don't know the exact number of the student population, but I do know it's similar to ours. Shelley, do you have any specific?
For you exactly.
Okay. So we'll come back with specifics.
Can you clarify the third person going?
It's Shelley.
Shelley?
Yep.
Alright.
It's her full title.
17,000 students there.
So it's pretty much UMass Boston.
Other questions?
With other student clubs and student meetings, like, students that go to collaborate with their kind of like their similar organization over University of Limerick, or is it just in student governments?
That's a great idea. I honestly have not thought of that. I think as of right now it's just student government, but I don't see a reason why we couldn't expand that. When they do come here, they're going to be visiting with SAC, with the different clubs, with different centers. So I think that'd be a great idea to flex to them when they get here, to text their leadership and see what their views are on that. But that's a great idea. Absolutely. I don't see why that wouldn't be an issue.
Senator Gordon.
So you said that potentially we might have other students go and that we should apply for it, but how many students will be allowed?
That is all up to your PM and what they think the allocation should be today.
Other questions?
With like budget crisis as normal and whatnot, is there in thoughts of possibly making this like a reoccurring thing? Is there somewhere that the money that would be spent toward this would usually go, or is it excess, or?
I think the budget and finance chair might be better suited to answer that.
So right now they're requesting $3,000 as an act, so it would be a one-time cost to fund the trip now. At the end of the year, we review the budget and how much we expense to various things and create the new budget for next year, depending on how much we allocated to certain things. And then there's full transparency